Oh man. Boom. How we looking? The door. And we're back. It's been like 3 weeks. Two and a half, 3 weeks or so. I got one of my tooth yanked out because I had a little thing going on. Then my face was swollen, couldn't talk, whatever. And I wanted to take a little bit of like a mental break from the channel, whatever. But now we are back, and I figured we'd do something a little fun. Not like underappreciated sneakers, which we are going to come up with that video later on this week. But I figured we'd do something fun where I bring up some old photos and go through some of the old fashion trends that I went through when I was younger, like 15 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever. Okay, it's your boy Keezy. It ain't easy being Keezy. Let's get it. Before I start this, I gotta say this. You know, I talk about trends all the time on my channel, so this is just a good opportunity to show you guys the different trends that I've been through. And the first photo that I'm gonna show you is going to be this one right here. This is young Keezy, boy. This is young Keezy, boy. You know what I'm talking about? Look, I gotta look at it while I talk about it. Bruh, this photo, okay, let me just, let me give you some context on this photo that you're looking at right here, okay? This photo, this is the hyphy days. This is straight hyphy days. This is before 2010 when the hyphy movement was going crazy. The song Tell Me When to Go was still fresh. People were still slapping Tell Me When to Go. That was like the peak. That was like the height of the shit. Everyone was wearing tall tees. Everybody had stunner shades, so I had the stunner shades on. But they were like aviators that I bought from like a liquor store. Or a liquor store or a gas station for like $5 or something like that. Or probably from the flea market. I don't even know. And then the hat is one of those pinwheel hats, but it's not necessarily pinwheel, even though it was popular during the same time. It was really common that New Era was making these hats where it had stripes on the seams of the hat, and they made them in all different types of colors. Of course, your boy Keezy, of course I'm gonna buy the black one, so I bought the black one back then. You know, I thought this fit was pretty rocking. You know, I know some people make these videos and they're like, oh, all the fashion trends that I regret, this and that, whoop-de-wop. I don't even regret this. This is hyphy, okay? This is the days. I want to go back to this time period. I don't want to be in 2020 sucks. You ask me personally, 2020 been over since March. 2020 is ass, bruh. I'm trying to go back to the hyphy movement. Someone give me a button to go back in the past. Like, I really want to go back to these times. Look, I got a grill in. I'm wearing a grill. Come on, bruh. Like, I mean, I can't front like I don't have a grill still. I still got a grill. I don't know if it fits as well as it used to like 4 or 5 years ago. But this is before 2010. So think hyphy days. Think when crunk was going stupid. Trap music wasn't a thing yet. You know what I mean? This is real Bay Area, like real Bay Area influence. I mean, the grill says it all. And I mean, I'm gonna be honest. This ain't a real grill. That's one of those ones where you go to the mall and you go to the kiosk, and on the kiosk they, you know what I mean? They got the little $20. You feel me? You throw them that dub. And then you take the grill home or wherever, and then you take out the little plastic piece that's inside of the box, and then you dip it in some hot water. And you take out, you gotta use like chopsticks or tweezers to get it out, and then you get the little plastic piece, you hurry up and you put it inside of the grill or however that process works, and then you stick it up on your teeth and you let it sit there for like 30 seconds to a minute, and then you got yourself an instant grill, man. You know what I'm saying? Fresh. I had tops and bottoms. Bro. I don't know if it was 4 on top, 4 on bottom. It might have been 6. It might have been 6 top, 6 bottom. It was, boy, it had the little rhinestones in them too. Man, fuck with your boy, man. Fuck with your boy, man. You know what I'm saying? But for real, like, hey, man, like I would go back to this time period in a heartbeat. And I know, you know, I talk a lot about nostalgia and whatever, but like this time, not to drag this photo on too long, but this time period, A1 steak sauce. This shit was going. Alright, so the next photo I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna try to put these in order, kind of. But it's gonna be this photo right here, alright? I dug this one up from an old hard drive, and I mean, obviously you could tell that I'm at a store, but more specifically, I am at the Vape Store. All right, this might have been sometime around 2010, 2011. I don't know the exact year. It was like my second or third time that I had ever been to New York City. And I went with my ex at the time. My ex actually took this photo. And I just told her, I'm like, okay, if we're gonna go to New York, like, you already know what I'm gonna do. I need to go to the Vape Store. Like, that's the first thing that we're gonna do. And I think that is the first thing that we did. It was like the first thing, either when we landed and or the next day we woke up. I'm like, we're going to the Vape Store. I don't give a shit about no other plans. Okay? I came all the way from the West Coast. I need to see the Vape Store. And then we went, and I mean, of course, I didn't have enough money. I mean, the whole trip, literally, I probably had like $500 to my name the whole trip, which is not a lot of money in New York City, you know, especially when you're on vacation, hotel, right, eating, all that kind of stuff. So I went there, and I bought a t-shirt. That was like it. Everything in there was mad expensive. I mean, vape in general is expensive. I mean, I can't front on that. I'm shooting myself in the foot now thinking about this, because I went in there and bought a lame ass t-shirt when really I should have bought a pair of sneakers. If you see in this photo, like, let me see if I can pull this up real quick. If you see in this photo, bruh, they still had the OG silhouettes back then. It probably didn't say ape on it, and it probably said Vape on the side. But still, who gives a shit? They had a pair of Roadsters there. They don't even make Roadsters. They don't make the OG silhouette. They do have some high tops in there as well. But everything in this photo is like, bruh, you know what I mean? Like, it's all the older pairs. All the stuff I like to buy now. You know, how crazy is that? But I mean, I didn't have enough money to begin with anyway. I only went out there with 500 bucks. I'm pretty sure they retailed at like 2 something or like 150. I can't remember what they retailed at back then. But yeah, I'm just a real true Vape head. You know what I mean? And Vape has, quite honestly, Vape has lost its original touch. But if you look in the other part of this photo, you can see some of the shoes on the wall. And I think the shoe right here that I'm circling is actually this shoe right here, if I'm not mistaken. Unless they came out with the same colorway, maybe in a patent leather, and then it had Vape on the sole instead of ape. Because depending on what year this was, I can't really remember. It's hard to remember because it's so long ago. And they might have a wheat pair sitting on there as well. But you know, man, like straight up, like what sold me so much on Vape back then is the same way people got into Vape in the very beginning too. It was like Lil Wayne, Pharrell, Nigo, The Clips. Like, what rapper was not talking about Vape at the time? And me being a huge rap fan, I bought right into it, you know. And it was just something new. It was fresh, and I think it was a big part of it was that I couldn't buy it, which made me want it even more. And then finally getting to see the store in person, it was just like this whole ambiance, and it was like, bro, like I'm here, like I'm actually here right now. I told myself I can't leave the store without buying some, and then I bought that freaking the Vape t-shirt that I don't even have anymore. I sold it. You know, again, really regret not buying something in there that was like, or I really regret not buying a pair of sneakers. Honestly, I should have just bought a pair of sneakers and just don't even touch them, you know, and just, it's kind of like an artifact that you can keep over the years. But it is what it is. I mean, these photos were taken on some random cell phone. You can tell by the quality, it's just terrible. The first photo and this photo is just horrible, you know. Anyways, let's move on. Alright, so for the next photo, the quality is a lot better. I can't even explain to you the story behind this. I was just at a friend's house, and he had his camera out and he wanted to take photos, or Gene wanted to take photos. This is somewhere in, I don't even know where this is at, dude. This is so long ago. And my clothes are pretty baggy, man. Like, this is like full D-boy look. You know what I mean? Black hoodie. You feel me? This is black hoodie from the Yellow Store. If anybody here is from the Bay, from East Palo Alto, y'all know the Yellow Store. The Yellow Store, not the Yellow Store. Yeah, bought it from there. It was probably like a Shaka hoodie or a Pro Club, like huge. I probably bought like an XL, even though the XL fit like a XXX. I have a tall, that's a tall tee. As much as you might not think that's a tall tee, that's a tall tee under there. If I put my hands out of my pocket, the t-shirt for sure would have gone down maybe halfway to my thighs. And then those pants, you know, those pants are probably Evisu. If they're not Evisu, this is maybe during a time where a lot of people were wearing LRG pretty heavy. It was like the tail end of LRG. LRG was already on the cusp of dying at that point. but you can find really cheap LRG at like Macy's and stuff. So it might be the black pair of LRGs that I had, and if it's not, then it's probably a pair of Evisus. I don't know. There was this one seller. God, I'm going back in the archives of like memories. But there was this one seller on eBay. I forgot his name. It was called like Blue Jeans New York or something like that on eBay, and he would sell all legitimate Evisus, and I bought a ton of Evisus from that seller, and that might be one of the pairs there. And then if we zoom in onto the shoes right here, those are the black, like charcoal and black Roadstas. I'll try to show you a better photo right here of what they look like. I still own those Roadstas. They are beat to the ground. I had a phase of going to raves for a while, and I went to a lot of raves when I was younger, and I wore my Jordans and my Vapestas. For me, it was a terrible decision. It's a funny story to tell now that I'm older, but it's a dumb idea. I don't know why I did that. Oh, and you know, I still got my stunner shades on. This might be the end of the hyphy movement era, and I think that might have been the years of like 2013, 2012, 2013 has to be the era where hyphy was already on a decline, and people were already moving on to like the jerkin music, jerkin style, LA swag, like swag rap was in, like weed rapper swag rap was in. You know, the cusp of Wiz Khalifa becoming a major artist was during the same time period as well. And a lot of people were wearing a lot more skinny jeans. Everything was getting skinnier and skinnier and skinnier and skinnier. As you could tell by this photo, I was not with that shit. I was not with that shit. You look at other YouTubers, they'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna show you this photo of me wearing checkerboard skinnies. I never had no checkerboard skinnies on, boy. You'll never gonna catch Keezy with checkerboard skinnies, boy. Hail to the nah, boy. In fact, I rocked skinny jeans till like for a very short time, but it wasn't like crazy skinny. I never really had those skin tight laminated skinny jeans where your legs can't breathe. I was never that type. And when the trend was going on at the time, I was so against it that I would just keep wearing what you see here, which was totally off trend. And if I think about it now, people would probably looked at me like, bro, you are stuck in 2005. Like, get with the program. Whatever though, man. I kept it lit, man. I was like, man, it's still hyphy. I still rock with the music. I still rock with the dressing style. Obviously, I still got my Vapes on. People were so disconnected from Vape at that point. To wear Vapestas, people would see it and be like, oh, that's dope. But it didn't have the same reaction because Vape died, bro. Like, Vape was dead from the years of, I don't even know what's a good bracket of time for the West Coast. Like Vape's popularity and just for you to even purchase Vape at the time was dead from, I'm gonna say 2011 all the way up until 2016, 2017 is when it gained popularity again. But I was still a loyal fan throughout all the years. I just didn't have a lot of money to buy it. But I did buy this pair, and bruh, you know what I mean? Every once in a while I take the shoes out, and I just so happened on this day, you know, with my friend's DSLR, snapped the photo. Shout out to Gene for taking this photo. And yeah. Oh, also, how can I forget? I got the A's cap going crazy. You know what I mean? Little gray bottom, gray bill, A's caps, tall tees. I still kind of look like that to this day. Alright, next photo we got up is gonna be this like little mini collection I have going on here. And yeah, I never took pictures of myself, and if you guys ever look at my Instagram, I don't even take pictures like in general. And like the past 2 or 3 fit pics, I feel like I'm forcing myself to get out there and like have someone like, hey, you know, take a photo of me real quick, whatever. And I give a lot of credit to people that constantly got all these fit pics to post and stuff like that. I mean, it's really easy for me to get up on like actual like video camera and make a video, edit it, post it. That feels more natural for me. But when it comes to photos, like go out with someone and be like, hey, let's, you know, take photos. It's like, it's a tough thing. So I think that's why I just don't have that many photos. And this one, I dug this one up from one of my old like cell phones that I had. And I thought this was funny because I never take photos of myself, but yet here I am taking a photo of myself, kind of blocking out my face a little bit. It's kind of dark. I don't really know whether or not I consider myself to be a sneakerhead. even though like I got into Jordans first, and then I started kind of like buying clothes here and there and kind of learning about it, but not to an extent where I was like a full-on like OG sneakerhead. I wasn't one to ever collect like Jordan like jerseys or anything like that, or you know, whatever. I sometimes bought a pair of 3s or 4s because 4s were my favorite from time to time. And as you can see in this photo, let me see what shoes I have down there. So I got a pair of 3s in the corner, and then I also have another pair of Vape Stores. Dave, if you're watching this, you still have those. I kind of regret selling those to you, but whatever, you can keep them, dog. And then we got a pair of Cool Grays. I still have those Cool Gray 4s sitting somewhere. I'm way too lazy to go through these boxes and show you guys, but I still got that pair. I think those are the Raptor 7s. Yeah, the Jordan 7s, the Raptors. I bought the Raptors purely, back then anyway, purely because Wiz wore it on stage. If I can find the photo, I'm gonna show it for you right here. Bro, when I saw that photo, I was just like, bro, I was like, oh my god, I don't even like 7s. But then I saw it, I was like, oh, I need me a pair of 7s. So I got me a pair of 7s. I had selling some stuff and whatever. And if you could tell in the photo, I got the Creative Rex, boy. I got the Creative Rex. Right, don't play with me like I didn't have Creative Rex. In fact, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 Creative Rex in here. Oh shit. Oh, bro, Creative, like, I don't know about anywhere else in the States, but bro, Creative Rex in the Bay was going crazy. You feel me? Evisus with Creative Rex, Evisu jeans and Creative Rex on my feet. Oh, come on, bruh. Don't play me. Southland Mall, you know what I mean? Saramonte, Oak Ridge. Y'all had the, man, they had the plug. Boy, you know what I'm saying? Chic and Shoe Palace and all that. Boy, y'all had the plug with the Creative Rex going crazy. They were going crazy. And I got my wheat pair of Vape Stores. I might actually have that for you right here. Yep, I got it right here. So I got these Vape Stores in there. I bought these in 2000 and God, I can't even, man, this is so long ago now. It might have been like 8 years ago or something, or whenever it kind of came out, like a year after these dropped, I think. Anyways, these are also in the photo. And you know me, bro, I came through with the Champion socks from Costco. And you can tell what year this is by my belt. I have a Louis belt on. This might have been 2013, man, 2014. You know, I talked about like old fashion trends, like that I regret, and like the whole belt thing was kind of like one of my regrets. Even though the fashioning of designer belts with like belt buckles kind of run in and out of fashion depending on your fit and the time of the year or the decade. But this decade, I'm gonna tell you this, boy, or these time period, this 3-4 years, belt buckles was going absolutely stupid. The Gucci's, the Hermes, the Louis Vuittons, you know what I mean? The Ferragamos. Yeah, yep. I had a pair, that's for sure. Mine was reversible too. You could reverse it to black, and then you could reverse it to that little damier. I thought I was fly. Man, good times. And I don't know if I consider this to be cringe, but it just kind of is what it is. I have a BlackBerry in my hand. I got a BlackBerry. I got a BlackBerry in my hand. I was like ride or die BlackBerry. Everybody else moved to iPhone, the brick iPhone. I'm like, man, whatever happened to BBM though? Y'all don't want a BBM no more? You didn't want a BBM? Oh, y'all whack. Y'all whack. Alright, so the next one we got up is going to be actually just a picture with my friends. And this is next to the San Mateo Bridge. On the little benches that they got out there. It was kind of like a nice little chill spot. I always go out there every once in a while. But I don't know what year this is. The photo quality is so bad. But all three of us got on the gray bottoms with the white lining. You know what I mean? Like, bro, people, man, I don't know how other people rocked back then, but by 2009, almost specifically by 2009, all the way up almost till now, to like 2018, 2017, 18 to 2020, New Era MLB stopped selling gray bottoms. They were making the black nasties. They would always make black nasties everywhere you go, every lid you go to, every hat club you go to. They wouldn't even do green bottoms. And everybody that I know that was really into hats always wanted the gray bottoms and the green bottoms, right? Because it looks better. It just looks better overall, you feel me? And me and Izzy's the one in the middle, and Lonnie, sometimes back then we would go on a hunt for the gray bottoms, bro. Like for real, like hunt for the gray bottoms. And the way we would hunt for them, because obviously the Lids weren't selling them, hat clubs weren't selling them, Foot Locker and all that stuff, they're not selling them anymore. Even if you looked in the back, like to see what the hats are in the back to like flip through it, you're not gonna find a gray bottom. So what we did back then is we went to like all the OG sports stores. They're all closed down now because of, obviously because of COVID too, but even by 2015, 2016, like, you know, business was not good. A lot of them just shut down. But they're like vintage, like team throwback stores that will sell football jerseys, basketball jerseys, like Niners stuff, Raiders, and you do have to like Google search it and go find it. And I found a couple in Bruno, one in the city, San Ho, kind of like one in Hayward. I would go on solo bolo. I would be bolo out that thing trying to look for gray bottoms. Like it was a real thing to look for gray bottoms during the time, and you just come up dry. Until later I figured out like, oh, everyone's selling the gray bottoms on eBay, and I would buy them for like $12, $7, $14 here and there. Until I got this huge collection of hats where I'm like, I don't really know what I'm gonna do with all this. And then I gave it away to one of my exes to send it away to the Philippines. But yeah, you know, I mean, I just went on a crazy rant just about fitteds. But the fitted that I'm wearing in this photo, I think I still have it. This hat right here, you see how dusty this is? I just showed this in one of my last pickup videos. And this is the same hat. You see how nasty the inside lining is? In my pickup video that they remade it, and MLB did a really good job with remaking fitteds just in general. Oh, and also just if I were to just talk about the rest of the fit, I wore this, whatever you see right here in this photo of me wearing this, I wore this for years. What it felt like years anyway. I'm gonna close with this. Like this period, this time period, I guess for me and my friends anyway, I don't know about everybody else, like fit pics themselves, which I'm gonna make a video on, like kind of like the history of fit pics. We'll work on that in the future. But fit pics themselves weren't really a thing back then. Like for real, like to take fit pics in this time period, whether it's 2011, 2010, 2009, it was kind of like this. It was kind of like I'm with my friends. Hey, let's all get together and take a photo. Whether you're looking at the camera smiling or you're not, like it's just kind of like group friend photos. And I think the reason why is because, you know, social media is so much different now, right? I mean, you could take these fit pics and you can get clicks, you can get likes, you can get this attention. Not to say that Facebook wasn't around, it was around, but the clicks and likes aspect to it, where you can like a photo, it just wasn't really a thing, I don't think. And there was no point in like showing off, or for me anyway, to show off like what I got on. Like who cares? You know what I mean? I'm just into what I'm into. I don't need to constantly take photos of myself to show it to the world, so to speak. But you know, we live in different times at the moment, so that's kind of why these photos look like this. And also this, I don't know, this was taken on a you know what this was taken on? This is, someone didn't even take this photo. I set up a tripod and I put on I put a camcorder on there, you feel me? And I put it on there, and in my hand, straight up, you see my hand, you see how I had my hand like this? I had a clicker. And I just told them, I'm like, hey, let's get up on this table and take this photo or whatever, because like I was like, bro, we like never take photos. Let's take a group pic. You feel me? Like this is the squad. This is the gang. You know what I mean? You know, here we are many years later. But anyways, yeah, I took the photo myself, bro. I ain't gonna lie. No one took this photo. Took the photo of my goddamn self. Oh, this shit just feels so ancient now. God damn. Oh, and before I forget, talk about gray bottoms and white lining. Of course, a lot of people have been asking about the hats coming very soon, still in production as we speak. I don't have necessarily a date, but if you want to, you can follow this page because I will be posting all the updates there. I apologize, I know a lot of people have DM'd me about this, but I just want to say thank you to all the people that have asked about the hat, or even asked about me kind of taking my break, and just let you know we still here and we back. And we're gonna have more videos out for y'all very, very shortly. So with all that was said today, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you guys and girls keep it locked from clothing, music to culture. It is your boy Keezy. I will see you next time. Peace.